Hey guys, Spidey here with Godzilla. He's taking time from one of his rampages to join us. Thanks. Whoa, I have 2 words for you. Breath mints.
It's a friendly day in the neighborhood until a powerful beam of blue light barely misses the amazing Spider-Man. In his black suit, no less. What mighty force could possibly be attacking the wall crawler in the heart of the Big Apple? Well, prepare for a shocking twist. It's none other than the Shocker. I mean, what were you expecting? A guy in a rubber suit? As Spider-Man and Shocker duel in the packed streets of New York City, we're given a brief exposition behind the black suit. During the events of the first Secret Wars, a massive Marvel crossover that changed the landscape of comics as we know it, and, you know, possibly cinema too, we'll see, Spider-Man came into contact with an alien workshop that cranked out a spiffy looking black suit. And our boy Spider-Man absolutely loves it. It transforms into civilian clothing at will, it makes its own webbing, and it's far more durable. I mean, this all seems too good to be true. Suddenly, Spider-Man and Shocker's fight is interrupted by none other than Godzilla. Now that's more like it. In an epic shot, Godzilla rises out of the Hudson, towering over Spider-Man and what feels like all of New York City. It's a breathtaking panel made even better by Spider-Man knowing who and what Godzilla is. It's then Spider-Man and Shocker call a truce. It's a quick little exchange, but hilarious all the same, with Shocker rethinking his choices in life. See, haters, Godzilla does have a positive impact. You are all wrong. As Godzilla goes on a roaring rampage, Spider-Man thinks about the last time Godzilla was seen. It happened years ago. Godzilla fought the Hulk, something that, well, didn't technically happen. I mean, they didn't exactly fight each other, but the point is, Godzilla, yeah, he's way above Spider-Man's pay grade. Spidey's main goal here is to pull civilians out of harm's way until the cavalry, aka the Avengers, arrive. It's then Spidey picks up on something really strange. Not Doctor Strange, but close. Godzilla seems to be searching for something. Spider-Man begins to panic, not only because Godzilla is stomping straight towards his apartment, but because his girlfriend, Mary Jane Watson, just peeked her head out the window. Spider-Man calls for her to jump, and she does, and not a moment too soon. MJ is understandably freaked out, muttering Peter repeatedly. Since this is before he revealed his secret identity to her, Spider-Man, you know, he plays it cool. You know, he says he's confident Peter Parker got away just fine. That's when MJ snaps at him. She knows who he really is, which is awesome. As if things couldn't get any worse. Black Cat swoops in straight into Spider-Man's arms. Uh-oh. Let me tell you something. The death stares MJ and Black Cat are giving here, yeah, I'm surprised Spider-Man didn't go into a coma. One thing is for certain. Spider-Man would much rather fight Godzilla than get caught in the crossfire between Mary Jane and Black Cat. Spider-Man narrowly escapes the jaws of death multiple times. It seems like the wall crawler is doing a good job distracting the atomic Leviathan, but Godzilla isn't distracted. He's drawn to Spider-Man for a very good reason. Godzilla unleashes a deafening shriek that makes Spider-Man's costume writhe in agony, like it literally screams. Peter clings to a railing, absolutely flabbergasted by what he just witnessed. And then it happens. The black suit, this living alien substance, attaches to Godzilla. Rapidly, it begins to spread all over the mighty kaiju. Against Godzilla's will, it bonds with him. Peter Parker, he can't believe his eyes. The alien suit is a living being, and it's turning Godzilla into Venomzilla. Mothra be thy name, Venomzilla is official at long last, and he looks so cool. Peter doesn't think any of this is cool. He panics. He didn't know it at the time, but by bringing the alien suit, the Venom symbiote, to Earth, he may have consigned the planet to complete and utter annihilation. Not only because Venomzilla is an absolute powerhouse, by bonding with the symbiote, Godzilla's mind has a wordless connection with an insidious being known as Null. That's right, Null, the god of the symbiotes. The King in Black meets the King of the Monsters. This is game changing. But you see, Godzilla will not go quietly into the night. Godzilla protects the Earth from cancers like Null and his symbiote horde. Also, Godzilla is apparently 80,000 tons in this story. That means he's even bigger than his Heisei movie counterpart. Despite his formidable will, Godzilla is drowning in an alien consciousness as old as the universe. As military forces arrive only to be destroyed in quick succession, it becomes apparent that Venomzilla might be here to stay. The symbiote digs even deeper, drawing power from Godzilla's endless energy. For all the horror and widespread carnage, it is funny to see Black Cat and Mary Jane working crowd control while throwing jabs at each other. I mean, this just has the potential for a blossoming friendship. Venomzilla is becoming stronger by the second, but Godzilla has not ceded complete control. This is impressive. I mean, it's rare to see Godzilla's willpower get a chance to shine, because in order for that to happen, he'd have to be, well, vulnerable, something that we rarely ever see the King of the Monsters be. And nevertheless, the King of the Kaiju persisted. Godzilla's fighting spirit is the only thing standing between freedom and the consumption of the Earth. It looks like Godzilla needs a hand. A Spider-Man! Oh my god, I'm so sorry. It's in the script. What can I... Spider-Man deduces that the symbiote is susceptible to sonic-based attacks. With an electrifying right hook, Spider-Man punches Venomzilla apart. Wow, oh my goodness, freeing Godzilla. The crowning moment of awesome is sadly spoiled, however, because Spidey just had to shout, "E.T. go hell!" Like, even Mary Jane and Black Cat seem done with him now. Spider-Man is in free fall. Despite liberating Godzilla and saving the planet, Spidey is in immense pain. It'll take months for him to heal, assuming he survives hitting the pavement, of course. Spider-Man wakes up, believing he's in the afterlife. Spidey's not in the afterlife. No, he's in a better place. In the palm of Godzilla's hand. Because Godzilla caught him. All Spidey can say is he wishes he brought his camera. Suddenly, the Venom symbiote forms. It's not beaten yet. All of Manhattan shakes as the King of the Monsters declares all-out war on the alien symbiote. But the symbiote has adapted. Godzilla roaring at it, it's no longer enough. It will take more than raw strength to stop it. Fortunately, Godzilla, more than just a physical powerhouse, he wields godlike power. It would seem Godzilla too has adapted. As the symbiote tries to once again merge with Godzilla, the King of the Monsters unleashes a powerful heat beam that vaporizes the alien. It is so awesome. It's awesome. Wow. Spider-Man seems to agree. He's channeling his inner Daniel Bryan by repeatedly shouting yes over and over. Godzilla snorts at him, still pissed off about Spider-Man bringing the alien symbiote to Earth in the first place. And Spidey promises him it won't happen again, and Godzilla leaves peacefully. It's a happy ending. Well, yeah, not quite. There's a post-credit scene, or a post-comic panel. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. There's a post-comic panel of Eddie Brock digging through rubble, taking the camera from a dead journalist. It's pretty morbid stuff, made even worse by Eddie outright saying he's going to take credit for their photos. Like, what a colossal jerk. While inspecting the camera, Eddie monologues about the terrible things he wants to do to Peter Parker. This, in turn, attracts dark tendrils. Suddenly, Eddie Brock is ensnared. In moments, he emerges from the shadows with the alien symbiote, becoming God Venom. Like the Godzilla vs. Marvel one-shots before it, we end on a cliffhanger, because we're absolutely positively getting more of these in the future. Am I right? I mean, in other words, these won't be one-shots for long. One of my fondest memories growing up was watching Saturday morning cartoons like Godzilla the series and Spider-Man the animated series. My Godzilla accolades are a given at this point. However, Spider-Man has always been one of my favorite characters. He is easily, without question, the most popular superhero in the world. Let's just face it, Spidey's earned it. So seeing Godzilla and Spider-Man come face to face for the first time was epic. And don't forget, I get it, some of you might be saying Spider-Man showed up at the end of Marvel's 1970s Godzilla run. This is true, but in that, Godzilla and Spidey never actually met. In fact, Spidey showed up late. Like many of you, this matchup seemed a bit one-sided. Spider-Man fans would be quick to point out Parker's genius level intellect, he's a fast study, and can think quickly on his feet, but there's no way Spider-Man could ever pose a physical challenge to Godzilla, right? That's what I love about this story. It didn't randomly bestow powers and abilities characters don't traditionally have. It was written to be a fun, character-driven tale with terrifying undertones and jaw-dropping visuals. Writer Joe Kelly understood the assignment. I love how these Godzilla vs. Marvel comics feel like they were written in the time period their respective stories take place in. Venom was first introduced as an alien symbiote back in the 80s, but this story uniquely included the god of the symbiotes himself, Null. Null was created by writer Donny Cates in 2018, so seeing the fearsome eldritch being interact with Godzilla was a major highlight. Furthermore, Joe Kelly absolutely nailed Spider-Man's dialogue and mannerisms. It really did feel like I was reading a Spider-Man story written in 1987. A great year, by the way. I heard someone amazing was born that year. It was also nice to see Godzilla treated with the respect and dignity he deserves. Far too often we see characters, especially kaiju, with multifaceted personalities, motives, and years of character growth suddenly reduce to their stereotypical past selves, and it's honestly very disappointing. I get it, writers can't always keep up, but my point is, writer Joe Kelly did his research and gave us an excellent depiction of the King of the Monsters. Speaking of depiction, artist Nick Bradshaw raised the creative bar high, like 30 stories high. Nick's Godzilla design looked like Heisei Godzilla, but it also felt original. Godzilla standing next to a herd of dinosaurs was one of my favorite panels. As far as continuity with the other Godzilla vs. Marvel one-shots go, things remain a bit elusive. Godzilla vs. Fantastic Four cited past comic book events within the Marvel 616 canon, but this doesn't necessarily mean these one-shots officially take place within the 616 timeline. Marvel is full of multiverses, parallel realities, and alternate timelines, all of which do cite events that happened in the official Marvel canon, but then took things in a different direction. These new Godzilla vs. Marvel stories are an alternate timeline that sprouted from the main Marvel universe. Here's one way of looking at it though. I'm just going to borrow from what we're seeing in the MCU as of late. In these specific Godzilla vs. Marvel stories, I'd say Godzilla is the Nexus being. But do the Godzilla vs. Marvel one-shots share the same continuity? Godzilla vs. Hulk shook things up when we found out Godzilla killed Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, along with the deaths of so many other Marvel monsters like Surtur, Fin Fang Foom, and the lack of any connections between the Godzilla vs. Hulk, Godzilla vs. Fantastic Four stories. I started thinking these were all either loosely connected or not connected at all. But then Godzilla vs. Spider-Man, somewhat incorrectly, cited the events of Godzilla vs. Hulk. And promotional material reveals that in the upcoming Godzilla vs. Avengers comic, both Iron Man and Fin Fang Foom are still very much alive. Perhaps Godzilla vs. Avengers will have all of this hand waved away, like Tony Stark's gonna show up and he's gonna be like, the rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated. I mean, it's it's comics. Dead characters don't stay dead for long. But I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. Anyhow, I'm fairly certain we're getting a follow-up to this someday, and here's hoping we get to see Godzilla throw down with Null, the god of the symbiotes himself. Imagine Godzilla teaming up with Marvel's mightiest heroes against Null and a legion of kaiju-controlled symbiotes. We were treated to Venomzilla. How about next time we get Carnage Ghidorah, huh? You know you want to see that. Hey, thanks for making it this far in the video. Did you like seeing Venomzilla? Share your thoughts on Godzilla vs. Spider-Man in the comments section down below. I'm your host, Tom. I hope you enjoyed your stay here at Kaijutopia. Try not to get stepped on. Later.